Hello and welcome. Today we bring you a story about two of the greatest innovators of our time, Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. This is not just a tale of rivalry, but a journey of passion, persistence, and the power of ideas. In this script, we will explore the lives of these two men, how they started, what drove them, and how their ideas changed the world. Get ready to dive into the fascinating world of technology, creativity, and ambition. Let's begin. Steve Jobs was born in 1955 in San Francisco, California. His early life was full of twists and turns. He was adopted by a loving family, and even from a young age, he showed a curiosity for electronics and design. Jobs was not like other children. He questioned everything and always looked for a way to make things better. He loved to tinker with gadgets, take things apart, and see how they worked. This curiosity laid the foundation for his future ideas. Jobs grew up in a time when technology was just beginning to make its mark. He was fascinated by the promise of new machines and the power of innovation. As a young boy, he would spend hours in his garage, imagining a future where technology and art came together to create beautiful things. His mind was always full of ideas, and even when he was in school, he often dreamed about making the world a better place through technology. Bill Gates, born in 1955 in Seattle, Washington, had a very different upbringing. Gates was introduced to the world of computers at an early age. He was incredibly smart and had a natural talent for mathematics and logic. Unlike Jobs, who saw technology as a form of art, Gates saw it as a tool, something that could solve problems and improve efficiency. Gates spent countless hours learning how computers worked. In his school days, he would often be found in the computer lab, writing code and solving complex problems. His curiosity was not just about understanding machines, but also about figuring out how they could be used to make everyday life easier. Bill's approach was simple yet effective. Learn, experiment, and build something useful. In 1976, Steve Jobs, along with his friend Steve Wozniak, started a small company called Apple in a modest garage. Their goal was simple: make computers that were not only powerful, but also easy to use. Jobs believed that technology should be accessible to everyone, and that it should also be beautiful. He wanted to create products that people would love to use, not just because they worked well, but because they looked and felt great. The first computer they built was called the Apple. It was a modest beginning, but it represented a bold idea: that technology could be personal and that it could empower people. Jobs poured all his energy into making Apple different. He worked day and night, driven by a vision of a future where every person could have a computer in their home, helping them learn, create, and connect with others. Meanwhile, Bill Gates was busy building his own company. In 1975, Gates and his friend Paul Allen started Microsoft with a clear goal in mind: to put a computer on every desk and in every home. Unlike Jobs, Gates focused on software. He believed that the real power of technology lay in programs that could run on various machines, making them useful for everyday tasks. Microsoft started small, with Gates writing code and teaching his team how to make software that was both powerful and reliable. His approach was methodical, always testing, refining, and improving. Gates saw the future as a place where computers would be everywhere, and he wanted his software to be at the heart of that revolution. With a focus on practicality and efficiency, Microsoft quickly grew into a company that would eventually dominate the world of personal computing. Steve Jobs had a unique way of looking at the world. To him, technology was not just a tool, it was an expression of creativity. Jobs believed that good design and simple, elegant products could change people's lives. He often said that design was not just about how something looked, but about how it worked. This belief drove him to create products that were intuitive and delightful. Jobs was passionate about perfection. He would spend hours perfecting every detail, believing that even the smallest element mattered. His passion was contagious, and it inspired everyone around him to push the boundaries of what was possible. Jobs was not afraid to take risks, and he often challenged his team to think differently, to break away from the norm, and to create something that had never been seen before. Bill Gates, on the other hand, had a different approach. He was all about practicality and efficiency. Gates believed that technology should solve real-world problems. He focused on creating software that was useful, reliable, and could work on many different kinds of computers. For him, the goal was to make technology accessible to everyone, no matter their background or resources. Gates was known for his sharp mind and his attention to detail. He spent long hours thinking about how to improve his products, always listening to feedback and constantly refining his ideas. His approach was less about making a statement with design and more about delivering a product that worked well. Gates believed that if you could create something that made life easier, then you had achieved something truly remarkable. As Apple and Microsoft grew, so did the rivalry between Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. Their companies were on different paths, yet their journeys often intersected. In many ways, their competition pushed each of them to strive for better products and innovations. Jobs was known for his charismatic style and his uncompromising vision, while Gates was celebrated for his methodical approach and his relentless drive to improve. There were moments when their paths crossed, and in those meetings, you could see a mixture of respect and rivalry. They challenged each other in ways that not only advanced their own companies, but also transformed the entire tech industry. Even though they often disagreed, both men understood that their competition was a catalyst for progress. Each new product launch, each breakthrough idea, was a response to the other's success. Their rivalry was not born out of hatred, but out of a mutual desire to be the best. One of the most significant moments in their rivalry came when Apple launched a revolutionary computer that combined powerful hardware with an intuitive user interface. This product changed the way people thought about computers, making them more personal and accessible. Jobs' vision had set a new standard, and it forced Microsoft to adapt quickly. Gates and his team worked hard to improve their software, ensuring that their products could meet the demands of a rapidly changing market. Another turning point was when Microsoft released a new operating system that made computing more user-friendly and versatile. This move solidified Microsoft's position as a leader in software development. Gates' focus on practicality and efficiency had paid off, and it reminded the world that innovation could come in many forms. The push and pull between the two companies created an environment where creativity and technology thrived, benefiting millions of people around the world. At the heart of both Steve Jobs and Bill Gates was an unyielding desire to change the world. They believed that technology could do more than just make life easier. It could transform society. Jobs often talked about creating products that would inspire people to think differently. His vision was about more than just selling computers. It was about creating a movement that would redefine what technology meant for humanity. Gates shared this belief in the transformative power of technology. He saw computers not just as tools, but as platforms for innovation. His goal was to democratize computing, making it accessible to everyone, regardless of their background. For both men, the challenge was not just to build successful companies, but to build a future where technology was a part of everyday life for every person. Both innovators knew that failure was a part of the journey. Steve Jobs faced many setbacks, including being ousted from the company he helped build. But instead of giving up, he used those experiences to fuel his determination. Jobs believed that every failure was a lesson, a stepping stone to success. His resilience and his ability to learn from mistakes became one of his greatest strengths. Similarly, Bill Gates encountered many challenges on his path. Not every product was a success, and not every idea worked out as planned. However, Gates' methodical approach allowed him to analyze his failures and find ways to improve. He was never discouraged by setbacks. Instead, he saw them as opportunities to refine his strategies and to innovate further. Their willingness to embrace failure and learn from it is one of the key reasons why they were able to achieve such remarkable success. Under Steve Jobs' leadership, Apple became a symbol of innovation and quality. Jobs was a master at creating excitement around his products. He had a unique way of talking about technology that made even the most complex ideas seem simple and beautiful. His presentations were filled with passion and energy, and they left audiences inspired and eager for more. The products that came out of Apple under Jobs' watch were not just tools, they were statements. Each product was designed with care, attention to detail, and a focus on user experience. Jobs wanted every person who used an Apple product to feel a sense of wonder and possibility. He believed that technology could be both powerful and personal, and he worked tirelessly to make that vision a reality. At Microsoft, Bill Gates focused on creating software that was powerful, reliable, and accessible. Gates knew that the real potential of technology lay in the programs that ran on computers. He led his team in developing software that could reach millions of people around the world. Microsoft's operating systems and applications became a cornerstone of modern computing. Gates was not as flamboyant as Jobs, but his focus on building a solid, scalable business paid off. Microsoft grew to become one of the most influential companies in the world. Gates' commitment to excellence and his drive to solve real-world problems helped shape the digital age. His work ensured that technology could be a force for good, improving the way people worked, learned, and lived. The rivalry between Apple and Microsoft pushed both companies to be better. Jobs and Gates challenged each other in ways that drove innovation forward. Their competition was not about personal animosity, but about a shared desire to make technology better for everyone. Every new idea, every breakthrough product was a result of their mutual drive to outdo one another. This competition brought out the best in both men and their teams. It forced them to think creatively, work harder, and push the boundaries of what was possible. The legacy of their rivalry is a world where technology continues to evolve, where new ideas are welcomed and where innovation is celebrated. Their story reminds us that great achievements often come from the tension between competing visions and the willingness to challenge the status quo. Steve Jobs was known for his intense personality and his unyielding focus on his vision. He was a man who cared deeply about his work, and he expected the same level of commitment from those around him. Jobs often spoke about the importance of following one's heart and trusting one's intuition. He believed that the best ideas came from within, from a deep connection with one's inner self. Jobs' journey was not always smooth. He faced criticism, setbacks, and moments of doubt. Yet he always found a way to bounce back. His ability to rise from failure and reinvent himself is a testament to his strength and resilience. Jobs' story is one of passion, determination, and the belief that one person can truly change the world. His words continue to inspire millions to pursue their dreams with courage and conviction. Bill Gates, too, has a remarkable personal story. From a young age, Gates showed a strong dedication to learning and improving. He spent long hours studying, coding, and dreaming about a future where technology would play a central role in everyone's life. Gates' analytical mind and his dedication to excellence set him apart. He was always looking for ways to make his products better and his company stronger. Gates' journey was marked by a deep sense of responsibility. He believed that technology was not just a business but a tool for social change. As Microsoft grew, Gates began to see that his work could have a broader impact. His later years have been devoted not only to technology, but also to philanthropy. Gates has used his success to help others, tackling problems like global health and education. His story is a reminder that true success is measured not just by personal gain, but by the positive impact we have on the world. One of the most important lessons from the story of Steve Jobs and Bill Gates is that there is more than one way to succeed. Jobs and Gates took very different paths. Jobs focused on design, intuition, and the art of creating beautiful products. Gates, on the other hand, concentrated on building robust, practical software that could reach a wide audience. Both methods have their strengths and weaknesses, but both led to incredible success. This shows us that innovation comes in many forms. Whether you are a creative person who loves to dream big or a logical thinker who values structure and precision, there is room for you in the world of technology. Their stories teach us that our unique perspectives can lead to breakthroughs that change lives. It is not about following a set path, but about being true to who you are and daring to pursue your vision. Another lesson from this rivalry is the power of passion and persistence. Both Steve Jobs and Bill Gates were incredibly passionate about what they did. They believed so deeply in their ideas that they were willing to work hard, take risks, and even face failure. Their journeys were not always easy, but they never gave up. Passion is what drives us to explore new ideas and to challenge what is possible. Persistence helps us overcome obstacles and learn from our mistakes. Whether you are building a business, creating art, or simply trying to make a difference, these qualities are essential. Jobs and Gates show us that success is not just about talent or intelligence. It is about the relentless pursuit of your dreams. no matter what challenges come your way. Even in rivalry, there is value in learning from others. Jobs and Gates may have been competitors, but they also learned from each other. They pushed each other to be better, to innovate further, and to never settle for mediocrity. Their interactions remind us that collaboration and competition can go hand in hand. By observing others and understanding different approaches, we can gain new insights and improve our own work. This lesson is especially important in today's world, where ideas and technology are evolving rapidly. No one has all the answers, and the best innovations often come from combining different perspectives. Whether you work alone or as part of a team, always be open to learning from those around you. In the end, it is this exchange of ideas that leads to true progress. The innovations brought by Steve Jobs and Bill Gates have changed our world in many ways. Today, nearly every home, school, and workplace uses technology that has roots in the ideas they championed. From personal computers and smartphones to software that helps us work and play, their influence is everywhere. Jobs' focus on design and user experience has made technology more accessible and enjoyable for millions of people. His belief that technology could be both beautiful and functional has inspired countless innovators to push the boundaries of what is possible. Meanwhile, Gates' commitment to practicality and efficiency has ensured that technology is reliable and adaptable. Microsoft's software powers many of the systems that run our daily lives, from offices to schools. Without the contributions of Jobs and Gates, the digital age might look very different today. Their work paved the way for the internet, mobile computing, and a host of other technological advances that we now take for granted. The way we communicate, work, and entertain ourselves has been transformed by their innovations. Their legacies extend far beyond the products they created. They inspired an entire generation of entrepreneurs and inventors to dream big and to work hard. The culture of innovation that they helped foster continues to drive progress in every field. Today, when you see a sleek smartphone or a powerful laptop, remember that it is a direct result of the ideas and hard work of these two visionary men. Perhaps the most lasting impact of Steve Jobs and Bill Gates is the inspiration they provide to future generations. They showed us that with vision, determination, and a willingness to take risks, anything is possible. Their stories encourage us to look beyond our current limitations and to imagine a future where technology serves as a bridge to a better life. Whether you are an aspiring entrepreneur, a student, or simply someone with a passion for innovation, the journeys of Jobs and Gates serve as a reminder that the future is in our hands. Their example teaches us to be bold, to challenge convention, and to use our talents to make a positive impact on the world. One of the central ideas behind the work of both Steve Jobs and Bill Gates is that technology should empower people. They believed that computers and software were not just products, but tools that could help us achieve more in life. Whether it was making work easier, sparking creativity, or connecting people from different corners of the world, their innovations had one goal: to improve our lives. Jobs saw technology as a way to bring art into everyday life. He believed that by combining technology with design, we could create tools that not only functioned well, but also resonated with our emotions. Gates, in his own way, believed that practical, efficient software could open up new opportunities for learning and business. Today, when we use our devices, we are benefiting from this vision of a better, more connected world. At the heart of every great innovation is curiosity. Jobs was curious about everything, from the way a machine worked to how people interacted with it. His insatiable curiosity led him to ask questions, challenge assumptions, and ultimately create products that changed the world. Gates, too, was driven by a desire to understand and improve. His approach was methodical, yet his curiosity pushed him to explore new ideas and new ways of doing things. This blend of curiosity and creativity is something that each of us can embrace. It teaches us that innovation is not about following a set formula, but about asking what if and daring to dream of a better tomorrow. Whether you are writing code, painting a picture, or starting a new business, remember that your ideas have the power to change the world. Beyond the technical achievements, the work of Jobs and Gates has had a profound impact on people's lives. Their innovations have created jobs, improved education, and even saved lives. For many, technology has been a lifeline, a way to learn, to work, and to connect with others. The story of these two men is ultimately a story about people. It is about how ideas can inspire, how competition can lead to progress, and how technology can bring us closer together. Countless people around the world have been touched by the work of Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. In homes, schools, and offices, their innovations have sparked creativity and opened up new possibilities. Many users have shared stories of how a computer or a piece of software changed their lives. These are stories of hope, of overcoming challenges, and of reaching for dreams that once seemed out of reach. Imagine a student in a small town who, thanks to a computer powered by Microsoft software, is able to access information from all over the world. Or think of an artist who, using a computer designed by Apple, creates breathtaking works of art that inspire others. These stories remind us that behind every product, there is a human story, a story of ambition, struggle, and success. Friends and colleagues of both Jobs and Gates often recall their passion and dedication. They speak of long hours spent brainstorming, the drive to solve problems, and the determination to never settle for less. One former colleague of Jobs once said, "Steve had a way of making you believe that the impossible was within reach. His energy was contagious, and his vision was clear." Similarly, someone who worked with Gates remarked, "Bill's focus was unmatched. He always saw the big picture and understood that every detail mattered in creating something truly great." These personal accounts add a rich layer of meaning to their legacies. They show us that success is not built in isolation, but through the collaboration and support of many people working together toward a common goal. Both Steve Jobs and Bill Gates believed that change was not only possible but necessary. They challenged existing ideas and pushed for new ways of thinking. Jobs was famous for saying that those who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Gates, with his analytical approach, showed that systematic innovation could lead to breakthroughs that once seemed unimaginable. Their philosophies remind us that change begins with a single idea, a spark that, when nurtured, can grow into a blazing fire. It is this spirit of challenge and transformation that continues to drive innovation today. At the core of their success was the courage to dream big. Both men envisioned a future that was very different from the present, a future where technology played a central role in every aspect of life. They dared to question what was, and in doing so, created what could be. Their stories inspire us to follow our own dreams, no matter how far-fetched they may seem at first. Dreaming big is not just about imagining a better future, it is about taking concrete steps to make that future a reality. Jobs and Gates each took bold steps, faced setbacks, and ultimately succeeded because they never stopped believing in their vision. Their journeys teach us that with passion and perseverance, even the wildest dreams can come true. Perhaps the most enduring lesson from their lives is that each of us has the power to make a difference. Whether you are creating a new product, starting a business, or simply sharing an idea, remember that your actions can have a ripple effect. The innovations of Jobs and Gates have inspired millions to think differently, to challenge the status quo, and to contribute their unique talents to the world. Today, the impact of Steve Jobs and Bill Gates is evident in every corner of our modern world. The companies they built continue to drive innovation, inspiring new generations of entrepreneurs and creators. Apple and Microsoft are not just brands, they are symbols of what can be achieved when vision meets determination. Every time you use a smartphone, a laptop, or a computer, you are witnessing the legacy of these two pioneers. Their ideas live on in the software that runs our devices, in the design philosophies that guide new products, and in the spirit of innovation that fuels progress around the globe. The future of technology is bright because of the foundations laid by Jobs and Gates. Their stories show us that curiosity, hard work, and a willingness to challenge established ideas can lead to amazing breakthroughs. As we look ahead, we see endless possibilities, from advances in artificial intelligence to new ways of connecting people across distances. This future is not predetermined. It is created by each of us who dare to dream and to innovate. The battle of minds is ongoing, and every new idea, every small improvement, contributes to a larger tapestry of progress. Let the legacy of these great innovators remind you that the power to change the world lies within your hands. Now that you have heard the story of Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, ask yourself, what is your dream? How will you use your talents to shape the future? Their journeys remind us that every great achievement starts with a single idea. Take that idea, nurture it, and let it grow into something that can change lives. The battle of minds continues with each one of us who dares to innovate. As we come to the end of this story, take a moment to reflect on the journeys of these two remarkable men. Their paths were different, yet both led to extraordinary achievements. Steve Jobs showed us the beauty of design and the power of passion, while Bill Gates demonstrated that methodical thinking and persistence can change the world. Their lives remind us that there is no single way to success. Whether your strengths lie in creativity or logic, there is room for your ideas to shine. Let their stories inspire you to pursue your own path with determination and heart. The message of Steve Jobs and Bill Gates is simple. Believe in your ideas, work hard, and never be afraid to challenge the norm. Their stories are a testament to the power of innovation and the impact it can have on the world. They remind us that progress is born from the courage to take risks and the willingness to learn from every experience. Every time you face a challenge, remember that even the greatest innovators encountered setbacks. What mattered most was their ability to rise, to learn, and to keep moving forward. Let that be your guide on your own journey. In our ever-changing world, the spirit of curiosity is more important than ever. Let the example of these two pioneers encourage you to ask questions, to seek answers, and to push the boundaries of what is possible. The future belongs to those who are brave enough to explore new ideas and who work tirelessly to make their dreams a reality. Today, as you step into your own future, take with you the lessons learned from this battle of minds. Embrace your curiosity, pursue your passions, and always remember that you have the power to change the world. Thank you for joining in this journey through the lives and legacies of Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. Their stories are not just about technology, they are about the power of the human spirit to innovate, to overcome challenges, and to create a better future for all. We hope that you are inspired by their courage and motivated to pursue your own dreams with passion and persistence. As you leave this story behind, carry with you the knowledge that every great achievement begins with a single step. Look around you, find that spark of inspiration, and let it guide you on your own path. The battle of minds is not over. It lives on in every idea, every invention, and every dream that is brought to life. Keep questioning, keep exploring, and above all, keep believing in your ability to make a difference. The future is yours to shape, one idea at a time.